into short seller practices includes Muddy Waters' Carson Block, who was served with a search warrant late last year to review his phones and other forms of communication. This is according to a source familiar with the matter that I spoke with a short while ago. Block is one of more than 25 short sellers targeted in this wide-ranging probe, which is seeking evidence really that could prove out a conspiracy that these activists and other investors had been working together to drive down stock prices. The Wall Street Journal reported earlier today that spoofing and scalping are both part of the investigation. Spoofing involves fake orders used to try and pump up, or in this case, crash a stock price. Scalping occurs when activist short sellers close out their positions without disclosing that they have done so. It's my understanding that no charges have been made at this time and that the investigation is ongoing and quick moving. Short sellers have been defending their practice recently by saying that their research can root out corporate fraud and malfeasance, something we've seen time and time again. However, if there's more going on behind the scenes, that's the subject of what DOJ wants to figure out. Guys.
Yeah, Leslie, presumably, and I guess hopefully, the Department of Justice isn't looking to sort of say that simply putting out a negative report on a stock in itself is an issue. I would imagine it's about, prior knowledge of certain investors or other arrangements to coordinate market activity. That seems to be, the line that they want to see whether it was crossed.
That's right. The bread and butter of what short sellers do isn't illegal. This idea that if you are short a stock and put out a report on that stock, that in and of itself is not illegal. What they're concerned about is whether that report has been kind of bantied about amid other investors ahead of time in a way that they would have prior knowledge that this short selling is taking place, and that before the public is informed that they are short and here's why, which tends to drive down the stock price, whether there's some sort of conjunction taking place behind the scenes is the subject of this probe.
How much of this, Leslie, stems from everything we saw with GameStop early last year? I mean, I know it's really illegal. It's very illegal, but naked short selling was very much in focus with everything we saw with GameStop and the run-up in the meme stocks last January. And I just wonder if we'd even be having this conversation and you'd be seeing this type of investigation take place if it wasn't for the meme mania.
It's a great question, Morgan, because if you actually look at the level of short interest that's out there right now, it's at or near record lows. So it doesn't have to do with just the fact that there's this overwhelming amount of short interest in the market right now. And of course, short sellers did attract a lot of attention last year and have continued to do so, given kind of all of the events surrounding GameStop and short squeezes and things of that nature. That said, I don't have direct knowledge that that was actually the catalyst that got the Justice Department's attention and kind of created this probe. However, the timing is interesting given just the overall level of short selling, the amount of activist short selling that's out there. If you recall, Andrew left after GameStop, said he wasn't going to do any more activist short selling. He wasn't going to publish his short reports and was instead only going to focus on long reports because he was worried about being squeezed. So it is interesting. I'm very curious to see what the motivation was here.
Leslie Picker, thank you. Invitation Homes, one of the nation's biggest owners of single-family